You're listening to K-Poppin' every day 12 to 2 p.m. The fastest K-pop news with DJ Isak.
Ugly Truth. It's that time of the week to have Sooyoon of Royal Paris in the studio. Hello.
Hello.
Are you getting ready for next week's concert?
We are. We're very busy these days.
Busy?
Yeah, busy. Practicing.
Ooh, I'm getting excited. I'm going to be a very obnoxious fan when I go.
Oh,
to
thank
the
you.
show. I'm going to be really like, yeah!
Can you bring one of those cards saying Sooyoon?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make one with our staff and be like, K-pop is soon! Woohoo!
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll be a very obnoxious fan when I go. I bet all the other fans are going to be like, what? You doing? Who is she? All right. So, other than practice, how is everything? It's kind of cold, kind of not.
Yeah, I mean this week was better at least.
Better.
Yeah, better than last week.
You look very like you're European. You look
European.
like you look like you just walked out of like Love Actually or something like that.
That was my concept.
Oh, you look very nice today.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got a lot of stories to look at for today.
All right.
I think our first story is something that a lot of our listeners could relate to.
Yeah.
I think everybody goes through this at least once in their life. So let's read our anonymous story from the USA for our first story for this week.
All right. Hello, Isak and Sooyoon. I'm in my second year of college, and I screwed up last quarter. Out of my 3 classes, I failed 2, and one I barely passed. So now with academic probation, I'm questioning whether I should continue to be a science major because I couldn't even pass my organic chemistry class, and probably a probability class with an easy professor. For the meantime, I enrolled in science classes again. I'm not as passionate as I thought I was for science, but I'm doing it as a safety net for a secure future. I think it's possibly the competitive students and my college. Hint is home of the Bruins. I've always been interested in drawing, but it's not something stable. But I've been told by my mentor she sees me doing something creative in my future. Is it worth taking a risk? Thank you for reading.
Even though we get questions like this often for our Ugly Truth, because I mean it's a big deal. I mean college is always a big deal too. And what society puts into our heads as, quote, safe, what's been using a lot in this message. I feel that we've given advice, I think, at very different times. And we've been giving different advice for each case, I feel. Because each case is a little bit different, even though it might be the same story.
Yeah.
So our A and B today that you, our listeners, can help us with, and we're going to be giving you prizes for the winning team, is to either focus on your major just to stay stable. That is Team A. Or Team B, if you really do like drawing, then maybe you might want to try and pursue it. So Sooyoon, I'm going to toss it over to you before I give my opinion. What do you think? I mean, second year of college.
Yeah.
So out of 3 classes, pretty much, she or he pretty much just, And I've actually had a few semesters like this.
Yeah.
I've had a few semesters like this where I got barely passing or Fs in a lot of my courses. And I was on academic probation. So what should our listener do? Should he or she start doing something in drawing, or should they just stay in the safety net?
I wish there was a C, which is try changing your major to something easier.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be art major, but you can change your major to something other than art, which could be stable as well.
Okay.
Just like science major, right? She's in science major right now.
Yeah, he or she is a
science major. So maybe change to like business or something stable, and after you graduate, maybe you can move on to art if you want.
Okay, so second year, you're saying at least to pretty much stick to it, I guess? A?
Yeah.
Okay, so A,
I'll
stick
go
to
with
it.
A.
Okay. For me, second year, you know what? College, second year, so pretty much your 20, 21, 22 maximum age.
Right.
Depending on how old you were when you graduated. So maximum 22, 23, if you didn't take a year off. You know what? Even though I was in the business at that time, I had a lot of ambitions as well. I actually changed 2 schools and 2 different majors around that age. So I was a film arts major because of my current job. And I thought that was going to be, quote, easy for me because I'm already in the business. So film arts for me would be something that I could put under my belt just as, like a written version of what I've been doing.
Right.
It ended up becoming a very different style that I wasn't really accustomed to. So the curriculum, the curriculum was not something that I expected, even though my job already is to be in the business. To actually sit down and learn about it, start thinking about books and reading books and doing reports on method acting and like dissecting this into making it an actual education. It was something that I actually didn't like because it started to gear me towards hating something that I was already doing that I love to do. So making that something that was academic for me was actually a bad perspective in my life.
It's like you've been in like 3 relationships already. You've been through love, and now you have to kind of like take tests on what love is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you have to like
memorize terms.
Yeah. So it's like he's already in RP. He's already, a drummer and he plays the guitar. But then it's like him going back to school and having to like write why he fingers, like he strums and fingers his guitar that way.
Right.
It's like, I just do it.
And then there's right and wrong.
And there's like a right and wrong answer. It's like a multiple choice question of how the quote right way to strum or to finger notes on the guitar.
Yeah.
Like it tends to make you hate what you're already loving to do.
I mean, it's good in a way that you could dissect it and you could learn more, but I feel like you kind of have to be trapped in, what's right and wrong. So, I mean, because that's basically, I feel like that's academic, they make rules. Yeah. Which could be good for certain like math, but I think for art, you need more freedom, I feel.
Exactly. Like. In my opinion, in any type of forms of art, design, art, there's no right or wrong, in my opinion.
Me too.
Music and art itself is not academics for me, in my opinion. It's not a study. It's expression of freedom. Now, like you said earlier, I don't think like an A and B answer are in this particular one. But I've noticed that some of our listeners who wrote Ugly Truths in the past. They were doing something completely different, but then they found out that they liked accounting, or they actually liked something that was considered, quote, boring to other people. So, quote, right now, what you're saying is the safe, quote, safe approach for you is science. It's either something that you're naturally gifted at, or you just know or and understand. But there's always so many different branches in so many different fields. So science, there's so many different types of science. I think that since the semester's over pretty much, so you're talking about last quarter, so this quarter, you need to kind of get your finals and everything done before, winter break or before next semester. I think that for the next couple of weeks during winter break, A or B.
Well,
I think B would be a little bit closer to what I want to try and say is try some form of drawing as either a job or a part-time job or an intern job. Find something in your neighborhood that actually makes you draw under a deadline. So like maybe volunteering at your local church and you have to draw the nativity scene for Christmas. Something that challenges your drawing skills as a profession or by a deadline. See how that goes. If you don't like it, trust me, you're going to be like, oh, science is a lot easier.
I actually went for A because back in my college year, that's what I was going to do. Because I wanted to graduate college first, and then I wanted to pursue music after. But then before that, we got contacted by our company, so that's why I came here. But honestly, when I was choosing my major, which was electrical engineering, I was just like, I had no clue like what it was. I didn't know like which major I wanted to go because I only focused the music like entire high school years. And I wanted to go to music school, but my parents, didn't want me to. So I was like, oh man, I guess I have to go to UCI, right? And my friend was there, and I was like, so what are you applying for? What's your,
What's
major?
your major?
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I'm going for electrical engineering. So I was like, oh, okay, me too. That's how I did it.
No, that's what ends up happening. I even know a girl that was in my film arts major with me.
Right.
She was the same age as me, but she was a few years ahead of me because I enrolled a few years late. She ended up changing her last year and a half of school to fashion. So she changed her major to fashion, and she graduated with her fashion credits, even though she was a film arts major. So she found out that later on she had more technique in clothing and in fashion. So she even opened up her own store. But I mean, even if she wanted to pursue fashion in film arts, I mean, she could do costumes for plays or for films or for musicals. So, I mean, there's always ways for you. If you're a great drawer, you can even draw for like science books. If you're really, really good at illustrating, you can start illustrating for, children's science books. I mean, there's always ways that you can enhance.
Yeah, maybe this person can do a double major, like you said.
So you're only in your second year. So for me, I'm going to say B, at least for mid-semester pondering, I guess you could say. Try to find a way to work with drawing. And then if it goes well, then go with it. But if not, I think maybe going back to your major for another semester and then trying to think about what you need to do next semester is not too late. Yeah.
I'm gonna still go with A because I figured out through life that people respect you a lot when you have a different major in something and you're in arts, you're doing music or something.
True.
Because they're like, oh wow, you're music major. I mean, you're a musician, but you still like majored in something else. They look at you more talented. So I feel like that could go for this person too.
It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah.
When I changed to be a business major, everybody looks at me differently. Like, ooh, you majored in business? I'm just like, didn't do very well, but I did major in business.
But it's like when it's like music major and you're good at music, it's like,
like,
oh, his just
obviously.
music. Yeah,
Yes, obviously.
You
Yeah.
know?
So double-sidedness is great, but so
Right.
it's either Team A or Team B. Sooyoon is all the way for Team A. I'm going to say, at least for now, Team B. You're only in your second year, so at least give yourself some time to figure out what you want to do.
All right.
We're going to listen to a track, and then we're going to come back to our second story. For our listeners, we're going to be giving one listener from the winning team a prize, so don't forget to start sending in Team A or Team B. Also, our daily quiz is still going out for a chance to win Hyorin X Cheong's Chios INCD. What is the name of the team that has the member N? They recently were promoting the track Error. They have songs like Hide and many more. What is the name of the team? We'll see you guys after listening to Big Star with the Kimiwa I Got the Feeling. So we're asking you, our listeners, to vote for Team A or Team B. We are going to be sending one listener from the winning team a prize, which is Sooyoon's Polaroid. But for our anonymous listener from the USA, second year of college, last quarter was a pretty big miss. They're on academic probation at the moment. Sooyoon says to still go with A, though. Having a different major, even if you are an artist, is going to help. And also, it does still, it's good to have a safety net. And I'm going with B, at least for the next couple of weeks. For this particular listener, if you're on winter break, to try and, pursue drawing or something else and then see if you like it. And if not, there's always next semester to apply for science classes again. Moving back to our second story from Singapore.
All right. It's from Maria. Spelled Marweeyah.
There we go.
Hello, DJ Isak and Sooyoon. I'm Maria, student from Singapore. Here's my story. It's already been 6 weeks of my internship now, and I'm starting to get used to working life. The problem that I faced is the working environment. They had their meetings almost every day, and arguments would occur during the meetings. You might think it doesn't affect me, but it does. I sat near where they held their meetings. I already told my lecturer about the situation, but what should I do?
A little bit of a culture shock for Maria. I think I can tell why Maria is so traumatized, I feel. Mm-hmm. I'm the type of person personally where in any situation, I don't like it when the air gets really tense.
Right.
I think we talked about this with like managers and like, mistakes and stuff like that in the past. Mm-hmm. But let's say when I was promoting, if my stylist brought an outfit, but it was either the wrong color or it was the wrong size, and they got in trouble for it, I'd always try to be nice about it to stop getting all that tensity in the air. I just hate it when the air is tense. And everybody's just like...
Right.
And I hate working in those kind of atmospheres because it's really stressful.
It is.
You can feel the tension in the air. So I think that Maria is talking about these arguments that occur. They're not sure if it's just, difference of opinion or if they really need to like start butting in and stopping the arguments. It looks like that they went back to school and did tell their professor about what's going on about the whole work situation. How could they probably deal with this? Ooh, it's really hard though. How do you deal with that kind of stuff?
I mean, I have this friend who's really like, I guess, if there's a friend who has a negative energy, I think it really affects you.
It does.
I mean, I totally understand Maria because even if you try not to, but it does. I mean, their negative energy just kind of grabs you too. It moves on to you.
It's more contagious than happy energy.
Right.
Negativity literally devours you and it just drains you.
Right.
That's why I don't like tense energy either because everybody's just, they're they're tense.
Yeah.
And it just drains you out. So by the time you get like outside or out of that situation, you're like, whew.
Yeah.
It's like, breathe.
Yeah.
It's like, get away from me.
Right.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
How to deal with this? This is, I think, one of the hardest questions we've ever gotten.
Yeah. It's very simple, but very hard.
Yeah, it is. It's something you will see every single day.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a different work environment or not, there's always going to be that one person that's just, that negativity there. It's the elephant in the room.
I mean, if she can avoid, just kind of get out of that place, like when it's, when the place is hot, I mean, she could just kind of, I'll go to like a convenience store or something, and kind of get out for like 5 minutes or something. That'd be good.
I'm not sure if your desk is where the meetings are held, because you said you sat near where they were held, and that's why you always hear the arguments in the meetings. Like Sooyoon said, if you can kind of exit yourself from that situation and not hear what they're talking about, I think it might help a little bit. That negativity should be controlled.
Right.
I know that you're an intern, and I know that it's really hard for interns to become friends with other coworkers.
Right.
We have a few interns here come through Arirang either during winter or summer vacation.
Oh.
We do have a lot of interns, but I know how hard and awkward it is to kind of introduce yourself. Here for us, we're not trying to be cold, but we do tend to give a lot of people that we don't know the cold shoulder because we're busy getting ready for our live show.
Yeah.
So everybody's in their own zone and like in their own atmosphere. And so I know that it's hard for interns to become friends with somebody. But if you can find someone that you can talk to, maybe it'll help. Like within the work area. Because then maybe you can get an understanding of the tensity of the arguments.
Yeah.
Is it serious? Or is this something that happens every single day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's something that happens every single day and these people don't care and they just kind of brush it off and it's just a way that they relieve stress in the morning, then I think you might need to get used to it. But if it's like actual, I hate that person type of atmosphere, at least you can get a feel from one of the insiders that actually work there.
Yeah.
Maybe getting closer to someone.
But then a lot of workplaces have this problem. So either I think she should get kind of used to it or change workplace.
Yeah, I mean, your internship, it's already been 6 weeks.
She's still an intern. So.
Yeah.
It's easier. I feel like it's easier to change workplace now than later.
True.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what field that you need to intern in at the moment to get credits for as you're a student. But maybe, changing offices might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Negativity is something that's going to eat you up.
Yeah, really.
It really does. I've seen people quit their job for a lot less. A lot less. I'll give you a very similar experience. So, Maria, I had someone who was very decorated school-wise that I know. They graduated from one of the top schools in Korea with honors. And this person loves to study. So this person is a book person, not a people person. They got into one of the biggest companies in Korea. They hated it. The reason is because they were smart enough. They had what they're calling in Korea the spec to get into that company.
Right.
But because this person is not a people person, this person does not drink. This person does not like to stay out late. This person does not like to sing. And that's 99% of what Koreans do at after parties. So if you're coming together with a company after party, you're going to drink, you're going to eat late, and then you're probably going to go to karaoke and go sing your lungs out and dance around.
Man, I should have been a Korean,
Exactly.
Exactly.
You should have been just a 9-to-5 average worker.
Except that I can't wake up in the morning.
Exactly. You're not going to be able to wake up early enough. But, so he actually quit his job because he couldn't put up with it. It had nothing to do with his ability to sent in an outstanding portfolio.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with getting his work done on time. He wasn't a people person.
Yeah. I mean, no matter how much they pay, if it stresses you out to that point, you can't do it. Yeah.
And it's not even the negativity in the office that was killing him. It was the overjoyfulness of the company. The overjoyfulness and teamwork of everybody. Everybody has their own work tactic.
Right.
But how much can you sacrifice of yourself to be able to be where you are, I guess. So maybe thinking of going to another office.
Yeah.
Or maybe in the same company but another category or like another branch of your company.
Yeah.
So let's say if you're taking PR in a big firm, maybe you might want to switch over to engineering if you're, good at it. I mean, interns, you can always do anything.
I mean, when I first signed the contract with this company, my current company, I was a very short-tempered person. I was very, everything has to be fast. I'm like, just, Korean, you know what I mean? Like, everything.
Get it done.
Let's make music fast and then let's get it out there and let's hurry up and do stuff, But our company was very careful, very,
let's take it one step at a time.
Yeah, one step at a time. Cautious. And which I couldn't change the company because I signed the contract. So there was nothing I can do about it. So I had to kind of learn to be more relaxed and chill and kind of put everything down and kind of go along, you know what I mean? So, but by doing that, I feel like I learned something different too. So, trying to understand other, why they're mad or something, because they're just different.
Yeah.
So, changing your mindset, just breathe and be like, oh, they're just them, and I shouldn't get affected by them, and just like do your own, like have a invisible wall so that you can just concentrate by yourself. I think that might help too.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's actually a very good idea too. We've got some advice as well. Michelle, I second finding someone to befriend. Usually in any internship, everyone is moving so quickly. Learn to get accustomed to the negativity because you might be in certain situations in the future, in very similar ones. Just consider it a work experience for now. Stick to it if it's almost over, but if it isn't, I don't think there's much that you can do for now. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, because it is an internship. 6 weeks internship. I think you're pretty much done, though, if it's 6 weeks. Not? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure how long internships are these days.
Maybe like 3 months, maybe?
Okay. So then you still have a little way to go. But I feel, it's either way.
Yeah.
Maria, are you going to be able to befriend somebody, or like Sooyoon was saying, learn from it? Be a little bit more patient, a little bit more open-minded, and actually learn from it? Or do you feel that this is literally dragging you through the mud? Then I feel that maybe you could think about changing your internship, or maybe changing your field of internship or the office that you're interning at. Continue to send in your A or Bs for our anonymous listener from our first story. He or she is in their second year of college. Pretty much didn't do that well last quarter. They're on academic probation. They're currently majoring in science. They did re-enlist for next semester, but they also have a passion for drawing, but never really thought of it as a career. Kind of stuck in the middle now, doesn't know what to do. Mentor at the school is saying that they might do well with something creative. So what shall this person do? Sooyoon says still A though. Stick to your major. For me, I'm saying B for at least the next couple of weeks while you're on winter break. Find out what you like, do some drawing, do something with it, and then see how it goes. So A or B, send in your votes. A winning team a member from the winning team is going to be getting Sooyoon's Polaroid.
Yay.
In the meantime, we got none other than Vix with Mina of Girls Down the Track with 그만 버티고 or Stop Holding Up. And we'll see you guys after this with more stories.
Cool.
Go 넌 사랑하는데 뭘 그리 자꾸 내 눈을 피하지 마난 끌리고 있어 You're mine You're mine You're mine
right, so we're back with our last story, and we're also looking at our anonymous message from our first story about school. But our last story is also about school and also would like to remain anonymous from the USA.
All right. Hello, Isak and Sooyoon. It's my senior year, and I'm completely stressed out. I have to be prepared for SATs and take it as many times as possible. I have to get 30 senior service hours done, turn in senior ad for yearbook, which costs a lot of money. Get qualified for a job ASAP, raise my grades because they're not that good, and finish college applications, which is better than doing things the last minute. My life right now is very stressful. Please give me some advice on how to deal with all of this without stressing out.
We actually read this story a few months ago, but it looks like our listener either wasn't listening because they reposted it. Exactly. So that's why we wanted to read it again, because it's an exact post from a couple of months ago. So I'm guessing that they probably didn't read or listen to our program when we gave the advice.
I see.
Or they did, but they're still stressing about it. So they sent it in again.
Right.
So if you're still stressing about it, even though you heard our advice last time, time management. A lot of our listeners actually gave you some advice that day as well about time management. Time management is the way to go.
Right.
Make a schedule. Take baby steps.
What's your time schedule like during the weekdays?
It's kind of busy, but with like really weird stuff. It's like odd stuff. So like I'll set goals for like that day. So for me, now that I've moved, I have certain days that I can let the garbage out. So for me, in my district, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays are the only days that I can actually have trash sitting outside of my complex for it to be taken. For it to be taken. So let's say if I throw away my trash on Monday, and if I'm like really unlucky, I could get fined for it.
Oh, gosh.
Because it's clutter. In our neighborhood. So for me, it'll be like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, like in my mental calendar. It's like get everything that I can that needs to be thrown away. So like recyclables, just trash bins. If the trash bag isn't filled yet, fill it with random stuff that I need to throw away. So it's kind of like cleaning day for me.
I see.
After work, it depends on what time of the month it is. I'll have towards the last week of the month, I'll always have at least a Tuesday or Wednesday have to go to the bank. That kind of stuff. Every 2 to 3 weeks, take my puppy to the groomers to get her shots, get her weekly or her monthly stuff done. I'll probably go to like I said, like small things. My accomplishments are always very small, but it keeps me busy throughout the day. So it's
that's
like
cool.
Laundry is this day, this day, this day, unless
so you have like not like a specific time, but you have it in
like
your
my
head.
days, like my days. Certain days are certain things.
I see.
Yeah, so like Wednesday, since I take the bus, anything that can be done on foot because I take the bus. Is there any way that I can stop before I go home? Like maybe a stop before my stop at home to maybe pick up stuff from the outside markets or things like that.
So always having knowing what to do in your head is good, I think.
I don't necessarily have to write down everything, but certain things like birthdays or weddings, which there's a lot of these days.
Honestly, when we first started to do the trainee, quote trainee work, our company tried to set like goals and time. At this time you have this lesson. At this time you practice this. And honestly, I'm really bad at time management, and I hate like those strict specific times and like all the timelines. And Moon as well. James is really good at doing that because I think
he would be.
I think it's because he was he did sports, so he's very trained with that. But me and Moon and I, we were just like we were just like, we did whatever we wanted to do. So
I mean, you guys technically started off as literally like a garage band.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
were, praise team type of a band. But
Yeah, yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
you guys met at like, in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You guys met through church.
we were just like, we need freedom, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You were like the artist.
Right.
Like, give me whatever. I'll practice and do my music whenever I
Right,
want.
right.
Yeah.
So they kind of gave up on us.
You broke the system.
Yeah, we just broke the system.
You broke the system. They gave up on you guys.
Yes, and then but we would get things done, but I told them like, I don't want to do it like in the morning, I have to do it at night. You know what I mean? So
Well, I mean, there are people that are not morning people, and
Yeah.
especially if you sit somebody down musically.
Right.
If they tell you soon to write a song at 9 a.m. in the morning, I'd be like, okay, no artist is going to be able to wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning and start cranking out songs. I feel all artists
yeah.
and musicians are night owls.
Right.
You guys get more inspired when everybody
Creative,
sleeps.
inspired, yeah.
when everybody sleeps.
Yeah.
But for you, because it's school, time management. I feel
Yeah.
for our anonymous listener, set up a timetable
Yeah.
and get what's done first. So you're saying that you have to do
Right.
30 hours of senior service. So in your weekly, do it like by week.
Yeah.
So like Monday, you have to raise your grades up. So choose at least 2 subjects that you're kind of struggling in and kind of pay attention to, like, give yourself at least 2 to 3 more hours for
Yeah.
like homework so that you can concentrate on that subject.
Right.
And then for your senior ad for your yearbook, with money wise, and you need to find like a job, whatnot, maybe move that to Tuesday. For senior services, get at least an hour or 2 of senior services Monday.
Yeah.
And then skip a day, and then do it Wednesday. Divide your stuff up,
Right.
and then you're gonna, add it up, and you'll be like, oh, I already did 10 hours.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
smart way. Yeah.
I already did 15 hours.
Yeah.
I already got this done. So baby steps. When it comes to workloads that are super overwhelming, baby
Yeah.
steps.
And for SATs, this is what I did. I got, I think, like around a little less than like 2,000 out of 2004. 2,400, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
SAT.
2,400.
2,400
Yeah.
points is the max, I think.
I don't
But
remember.
yeah. But what I did was I focused on one subject. So I got like 100% on math.
Okay.
Other things I let go of, like one subject I just kind of let go. I focused on other 2 because there's 3 subjects I remember and an essay or something like that. So if there's something good, you're like really good at, just try to do that
Focus on
first.
that.
Yeah, focus on the first and then try to do the bad ones after.
Okay.
Yeah, that could work too. If you're like really good at like one subject.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, but time management, with SATs, I don't remember how I did mine. So, I can't give you, tips on that. But yeah, I think what, Sooyoon is saying, it's actually quite useful.
Yeah.
Quite useful.
If it works for you.
All right. It looks like we're running out of time, and there's a lot of things that I have to announce.
Right.
Because we're running out of time, Team A did win, but the story that I found, I can't find it right now.
Yeah.
Because I got lost in all these amazing messages that we've been sending on. So I'll post this with our writer after the show. So Team A won. So we'll be choosing one of you guys. And also, I need to go back to our daily quiz. This has nothing to do with Sooyoon. Sorry, Sooyoon. I'm going to sit you in the studio and talk about something
I
else.
wanted to get it right.
Vix was the answer for our daily quiz. We're going to be posting the winner for Hyodit X Jiyoung's Jiwo Erase. So also check our announcement board for both of those. Our last track for today is going to be Sweet Sorrow with It's Okay, Leave Quintanatona, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.